Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another edition of Mean, Median, Mode, and Range to begin with, and then this other stuff as well below. But let's dive right into it, beginning with the mean. To find the mean, you gotta add them all up, then divide the sum by the number of numbers. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take each of these data points, and we're gonna add them together. So what is 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 8 plus 9 plus 9 plus 10? That's right, children. The sum is 42. And remember, we got to take the sum and divide it by the number of numbers. How many numbers do we have? Count with me now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to divide 42 by 7. And 42 divided by 7 is 6. So the mean, or the average of this data set, is 6. Let's move on to the next thing. Ladies and gentlemen, when I say median, you say middle, median, middle, median, middle. When I say median, you say middle, median, middle, median, middle. All right, so, and as we know, we're going to use the Joe flow method. So, Joe, flow, Joe, flow, Joe, flow. Jello! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the middle number of this set of data is 8. Now, please do not forget that it is very important to order these numbers from least to greatest. I have done that for you so that I don't waste your time. But yeah, just remember that. Now, for our purposes, we're going to go ahead and stick a line right under the median. Why? Because we're going to make a box and whisker plot, and I always start by putting a line under the median. So I'll leave that line there. That's what that is, and we're going to move on to the mode. Mode occurs the most. Most occurring number. Yo, I'm the mode, and I must be treated with respect because I'm the most repeated. Ladies and gentlemen, did you notice that 2 is repeated more than everything else? Even more than 9. 9 is only repeated once. 9 is repeated twice, and therefore it is not the mode because 2 is repeated more than twice. Thank you. I'm doing very well at explaining this, if I do say so myself. And now we're going to move on to the last thing. I got the range. Take the biggest, subtract the smallest. So you're going to take 10, subtract 2. Holler at me if you got the range. 10 minus 2 is 8. And now we found mean, median, mode, and range. But now let's use the box and whisker plot to, once again, figure out the upper quartile, lower quartile, and the interquartile range. So right here, we put a line underneath the median. That is our first step because now we can use that line to help us figure out the middle number of the upper set. And you do that by going Joe, flow, Jello. So the upper quartile is the median of the upper half, which in this case is going to be 9. So I'll put a 9 right there, and I will complete my box. Oh gosh. Let's try and clean up the edges here just a little bit. And now we're going to move on to the lower quartile by doing Joe, flow, Jello. Ladies and gentlemen, the median of the lower half is 2. Therefore, that is the lower quartile. So now we're going to go ahead and complete our box. And then to find the interquartile range, all I got to do is take the upper quartile, which is 9, and subtract the lower quartile, which is 2, which gives me an interquartile range of 7. 7 is the interquartile range. Now, having said that, the whisker part is just this. I extend a whisker to the highest value, or the upper extreme. I extend a whisker to the lowest value, or the lower extreme, which is 2, and I have now completed my box and whisker plot. But I'm not done, folks. No, we're not done by a mile. Actually, we're pretty close to being done, but now we have to figure out the mean absolute deviation. And to do that, all we have to do is first of all, find out how distant each of these points are from the mean. So what we're going to do with that is we're just going to ask ourselves individually. All right, 2 is how far from 6? Well, we know that 2 is 4 away from 6. So that's going to be our new data point. How far is 2 away from 6? Well, once again, it's 4. How far is 2 away from the mean, which is 6? It's 4, right? Now I finally find a different data value, 8. How far away is 8 from 6? Well, we know that 8 is 2 away from 6. And how far is 9 away from 6? We know that is going to be 3 away from 6. And how far is 9 away from 6 again? 3 again. And then our last data value is 10. How far away is 10 away from 6? And we know that is 4 points away from 6. So what we have done is we have found the distances of all of these data points from the mean. And the last step to finding the mean absolute deviation is to simply find the new mean using those distances. So to find the mean, you got to add them all up, which is what we're going to do, and then simply divide the sum by the number of numbers. Boom. The sum is 24. Now, as per usual, we just have to divide the sum by the number of numbers. Remember, there's 7 data points, so we're simply going to do 24 divided by 7, which works out to be 3.428571428, blah, blah. But I'm just going to go to the hundredths place just because I can, and I will, and I like the hundredths place. So our mean absolute deviation is going to be 3.42. And with that, I will leave you now. I do hope that was helpful. Have a great day.